Let's explore something truly intriguing today. You've expressed a fascinating curiosity about the hidden aspects of human nature, right?
Absolutely. Those hidden corners are often the most revealing.
And that's precisely what we're unwrapping in this deep dive. We've gathered some anonymous online confessions that offer a candid, sometimes surprising, sometimes, well, unsettling glimpse into human behavior.
Yeah, the kind of things people do, the unexpected paths they take, and the sometimes profound consequences of their choices.
So, our mission today is really to go beyond just the surface of these admissions.
Exactly. We're looking to understand the underlying motivations and implications.
Mm.
Everything from seemingly innocuous decisions to the truly eyebrow-raising breaches of trust.
Okay, get ready then for some compelling insights.
Hopefully some insights that reveal just how complex and often um, contradictory human nature can be.
Right. We're starting with a story of extreme avoidance. I mean, imagine being so uncomfortable with a difficult conversation that you find yourself going to utterly unimaginable lengths just to bypass it.
Instead of just having the chat, yeah. It's amazing what people will do.
What exactly would someone do?
Well, what's particularly striking here is how quickly a situation can spiral. Our first confessor is a 29-year-old male, but this happened when he was 23. He found himself in a new relationship,
Okay.
and after just 2 weeks of dating, his girlfriend was already talking about moving in, naming their future kids,
2 weeks.
and
Wow.
getting matching tattoos.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was moving at warp speed. But instead of a direct breakup, he made what he now calls the worst decision of my life.
Okay, I'm almost afraid to ask, what was that decision?
He faked his own death.
No, seriously.
Yes, he actually went to the trouble of creating a fake Facebook profile for a supposed twin brother named Jake.
A twin brother.
Uh-huh. Then, as Jake, he messaged his girlfriend to tell her that he, the original guy, had tragically passed away in a freak hiking accident.
Oh my God.
He even Googled a random mountain photo and posted it, like a memorial.
The sheer commitment to that deception is, well, it's almost unbelievable. But I imagine the lie didn't just end there, did it?
No, it didn't. She was, understandably devastated.
Of course.
But then she started reaching out to Jake constantly. At first, it was just condolences, but then it evolved.
How so?
She told Jake things like, I think you're the only one who understands my pain, and even wanted to meet up with him, to mourn the dead brother together.
Oh, that's incredibly awkward and sad.
Right. So the confessor, still pretending to be Jake, then had to fake moving across the country. Said he needed a fresh start just to finally shut down the contact.
So this elaborate fabrication, how long did he keep it up?
3 full months
Ew.
before he deleted everything and just disappeared.
And this woman, to this day, still believes he's dead.
Apparently so. He even mentions wondering if karma will catch up to him, admitting he probably deserves it.
You think? Wow.
This extreme example, it's bizarre, right?
Yeah.
But it illuminates something profound. It's not just about avoiding confrontation.
What else is it then?
It's a stark illustration of how the perceived difficulty of a small, immediate discomfort can lead to, well, exponentially larger self-created catastrophes.
Turning a molehill into a mountain of deceit.
Exactly. A mountain that swallows both parties.
Oh.
Ghosting, look, it's not ideal, we know that, but it certainly isn't faking your own death.
Definitely not.
It forces us to ask, how far is too far to avoid an uncomfortable conversation? And what are the true hidden costs of that avoidance?
Yeah, it seems that avoiding one difficult conversation can lead to a completely different, much more convoluted reality. Okay, so, but what about when bending reality isn't about avoidance, but maybe sheer convenience?
Ah, right. We have a surprising use of perceived identity next.
Okay.
This story involves two sisters. They're 2.5 years apart in age. And apparently they share enough similarities, brown hair, brown eyes, similar builds, faces,
Uh-huh.
that they regularly swap places.
Swap play, you mean like pretend to be each other?
That's right. The confessors share specific examples. One sister attended doctor's appointments for the other, to avoid cancellation fees, apparently. And the routine doctor didn't even notice.
Huh.
She also showed a house to a family friend, answered all the questions like she was her sister,
Okay.
and the other sister has taken the confessor's kids to places, pretending to be her, and apparently none of the parents acted like it was strange.
That's kind of wild, so they just get away with it.
Seems so. The sisters admit their husbands find it, quote, a little wrong.
Mm.
But the convenience factor, essentially being in two places at once, it's just too tempting for them.
So what does that tell us?
Well, it reveals a lot about our societal reliance on, superficial cues, our collective tendency to assume something's true without really looking closely.
We just trust what we see.
Pretty much. It's a testament to how often we simply trust things at face value, which can be remarkably exploitable for those paying closer attention, like these sisters.
That's a fascinating look at how identity can be, well, fluid in everyday interactions. Okay, now let's look at another kind of reality bending. This one happens in the workplace. We have a 30-year-old male earning a decent salary, $80,000 a year, who confesses that he only works, and I quote, 1 real week a month.
1 week a month. How does he manage that?
Exactly. How does he achieve this?
Well, he says it's through remarkable efficiency. He's self-taught in his field, types really fast, 75 words per minute, with basically no errors, he says. And he's figured out countless shortcuts.
Okay.
Instead of relying on what he calls bloated industry software, he does everything faster and cleaner using Excel.
Just Excel.
Apparently.
Do they?
His work is spotless, reports are crystal clear, he's considered a top performer with the best client relationships, always meeting deadlines.
So on paper, he's nailing it. High performance, meeting goals, earning well, and he has all this free time. So how does he feel about this seemingly ideal situation? Must be great, right?
Well, here's where it gets particularly interesting. Despite all this success and having, tons of free time, which he spends watching TV, listening to podcasts, he even read 200 books in 1 year.
200 books. Wow.
He feels worse than when I was struggling.
Worse? How?
He describes it not as quiet quitting, which we hear a lot about, but silent burnout.
Silent burnout, even though he's barely working.
Exactly. It isn't just silent burnout. It's a stark reminder that our internal metric for enough, for fulfillment, often diverges pretty sharply from external expectations.
So being super efficient isn't always the answer.
It forces us to question whether peak efficiency, when it's disconnected from, say, purpose or growth, can ironically lead to this profound void, even for top performers. It really makes you think, what is your responsibility to your employer, and maybe more importantly to yourself, for personal growth and fulfillment, if you are achieving everything asked of you in, like, a fraction of the time?
That's a deep question. It seems striving for maximum efficiency can sometimes come at a really unexpected personal cost. Okay, but what about when convenience is less about optimizing and more about, well, sheer survival, even if it means blurring some lines?
Right. Let's shift into confessions that delve into vulnerability, risk, and the surprising, sometimes unsettling dynamics of trust and personal boundaries.
Okay, where do we start?
We start with a story of desperation that, against all odds, has a surprisingly positive outcome. It comes from a 22-year-old female.
What happened?
She found herself stranded at a conference hotel during a massive storm, couldn't afford a room, literally in tears at the front desk, just completely stuck.
Oh, that sounds awful. So what did she do?
Well, in her desperation, a college guy she barely knew saw her crying, and he offered her his room, a single bedroom.
Whoa, okay. That's a tricky situation, especially if you didn't know him well.
Very tricky. And she mentions she was in a relationship at the time with someone she describes as a horrible, jealous, and controlling man-child.
Oh, wow.
But despite her terrifying situation and that relationship, she took the offer. She felt she had no choice.
What happened in the room?
Remarkably, the stranger was, in her words, perfectly respectful.
Yeah.
Never once tried to make a move. Yeah. Her then-boyfriend never found out, and she states she still doesn't think she did anything wrong. She wasn't trying to cheat, she says, just survive. What's truly fascinating here, I think, is the stark contrast. You have this stranger showing pure empathy and kindness, expecting nothing in return.
Right.
Versus the mistreatment she was apparently receiving in her actual relationship. It just illuminates the unexpected places kindness can come from.
Yeah, and the quiet desperation many people face. Finding solace in, well, unexpected acts of decency from people they barely know.
It's a powerful reminder of human compassion appearing when you least expect it.
It really is. That's a powerful story. Okay, now, prepare yourself. You mentioned unsettling dynamics.
This next one is, it's truly unsettling and complex.
Okay.
This one starts with a confession of a 34-year-old male house sitter. And on the surface, he sounds like the ideal person to leave your home with.
How so?
He describes himself as excellent at his job, leaves places cleaner than he found them, manages mail, never has guests over, professional.
Sounds perfect. So what's the confession?
Well, unknown to his clients, he has this secret, specific goal, as he puts it.
Which is?
To go through their things, mainly their clothes.
Wait, Just go through their stuff.
Yeah. He details his actions,
Uh-huh.
opening every closet, every drawer. He specifically enjoys women's clothing, especially, he says, from married women.
Okay, that's crossing a line. A big one.
Oh, definitely. And if something catches his eye, he'll try it on and wear it around the house.
He wears their clothes. Why?
His motivation. He says it's the thrill of doing something I'm not supposed to be doing and the thrill of possibly getting caught.
Wow.
He's meticulously careful, though. Puts everything back exactly as he found it, which is why, he claims, clients keep inviting him back. They have no idea.
He mentions it started young.
Yeah, admits it started back in high school, sneaking into his friend's mom's closets. This is just a profound breach of trust.
Absolutely. It immediately makes you question the hidden lives of people we trust implicitly with our homes, our spaces.
It does. But here's where it gets even more complex.
More complex than secretly wearing clients' clothes. How?
Well, there was a response to that confession.
Someone responded. Who?
Yes. A startling new layer to the story emerged. One of the house-sitter's female clients recognized his post, and she had a confession of her own.
Oh, wow. Okay, what did she say?
She reveals that the very first time he house-sat for her, she saw him.
She saw him going through her things.
Worse,
Yeah.
she saw him on a puppy cam she had in her bedroom.
A puppy cam. Oh, man. What did she see?
She describes seeing him standing right there in front of her mirror, wearing her expensive dress.
No.
She recounts him slipping it on, quote, like he'd done it 100 times, posing, walking around like it was already yours.
Wait, so she saw him doing this, wearing her dress, and
Yeah.
her reaction wasn't outrage or calling the police?
No. Her reaction, she says, was a strange magnetic feeling.
I am magnetic feeling. That's unsettling. What do you make of that? That feels really complicated.
It is unsettling and deeply complicated. Instead of feeling violated or calling him out, she admits to this pull. This led her, she says, to invite him back again and again.
She invited him back knowing what he did.
Knowing, and then she started leaving things where I knew you'd find them.
Leaving things out for him, like what?
A silk robe, new heels, other clothes that she says weren't quite my style, but things she thought you might like. Lacy, tight, dramatic.
Whoa. She was essentially leaving him bait, setting traps.
That's exactly what it sounds like, and he took it.
Did he?
Yes. She would then check the footage from the puppy cam and see him trying it all on. Slowly, carefully, she writes, like it was a ritual.
This is mind-blowing.
It truly pushes us to consider how easily societal boundaries just erode when one person tacitly enables another's transgression, right?
Yeah, it blurs all the lines. Consent, privacy.
It completely blurs the lines of consent and invites this really dangerous codependency into otherwise private spaces. It absolutely challenges our understanding of consent, privacy, desire. I mean, who does this game belong to anymore?
Is it the house sitter's game, seeking forbidden thrills?
Or is it the client's game now,
Mm.
facilitating them through hidden surveillance and deliberate temptation? It's
Yeah.
very complex.
So what does all this mean? I mean, from fake deaths to secret house-sitting rituals, these confessions reveal these incredible complexities of human behavior.
Yeah, our powerful desire for convenience sometimes, the unforeseen impacts of our choices.
And the fascinating, sometimes really dark ways we navigate identity and truth.
Each deep dive is custom tailored for you, the listener, and we really hope this journey into the world of anonymous confessions has given you some truly unique insights, some aha moments maybe.
Into the human condition, definitely. For you listening, what stands out most from these confessions? What hidden truths might be lurking just beneath the surface of the everyday interactions around you?
Yeah, it makes you think, doesn't it?
Perhaps the greatest confession is that we are all, in some way, just full of surprising complexities, sometimes even surprising ourselves.